Hello and welcome. I'm an AI expert with a deep background in modern hotel operations and performance support, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome all of you from the Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We are really looking forward to supporting your professional growth in this amazing industry. This quote really hits home, doesn't it? Before a guest even steps foot in your beautiful lobby, before they even see their room, their experience with you has already begun. And it almost always starts with a simple phone call. That's why that very first interaction is so critical. So the big question is, how do we make sure that first impression is a great one every single time? Well, today, we're going to break it all down into what I call the pillars of professional communication. We'll look at the first impression, your mindset, your workspace, your knowledge, the human element, and finally, how to put it all together. Okay, let's start with the basics. Why that first impression matters so much. A phone call is never just a phone call in our world. It's often the most influential touchpoint you have. It's the moment you define your hotel's brand in the guest's mind and set the stage for their entire stay. Think about that for a second. Just one single call. This isn't just about taking a reservation. It's about starting a relationship. It's your very first opportunity to build trust, to show the guests that they've made the right choice, and to prove they're in capable, caring hands. All right, so where does truly great communication begin? You might think it's about the words you choose, but actually, it starts way before that. It starts inside your own head. This brings us to our first pillar, cultivating a professional mindset. It's all about being ready before you even pick up the phone. Before that phone even rings, just take a breath and ask yourself this one simple question. Are you ready to connect? It's like a little mental reset button. It helps you shift gears from whatever else was going on and focus 100% of your attention on the person on the other end of the line. And you can just feel the difference here, can't you? A guest can absolutely hear it in your voice if you're feeling rushed or distracted. But when you consciously shift into that service focus, they hear composure, they hear warmth, and that immediately puts them at ease. All right, so we've got our minds right. Now let's look at what's around us. Our second pillar is your prepared workspace. It might not seem like a huge deal, but believe me, the way your desk is organized has a direct impact on the quality of your calls. We've all been there, right? You're frantically searching for a pen, clicking through a dozen windows on your computer. It's just stressful. And that stress creates what we call friction. It makes the whole interaction feel clumsy and inefficient for you and for the guest. Now, let's picture the opposite of that. Let's picture a state of flow. Everything you need is exactly where it should be. You can pull up information instantly. You can answer questions with total confidence. That is the feeling we're aiming for. It tells the guest they're dealing with a true professional. So how do we get there? It's really just 3 simple steps. First, know your systems inside and out. Your phone, your booking software, become the expert. Second, make sure all your key info is easy to grab. And third, do what you can to minimize distractions so you can truly focus. An organized desk is crucial, but it's what's in your head that really builds trust. And that brings us to our third pillar, knowledge. This is your greatest asset. It's about more than just facts. It's about using your expertise to make a guest feel completely confident in your hands. Think about all the things a guest might ask about: room types, restaurant hours, local attractions, parking. The list is endless. When you can answer these questions smoothly and accurately, you're not just giving information, you're building trust. You're showing them they can rely on you. So, you've got the right mindset, an organized space, and all the knowledge you need. Now we get to the part that really elevates the experience, mastering the human element. This is how we move from being merely efficient to being truly exceptional. And at the core of the human element is empathy. It's about remembering you never know what the person on the other end of the line is going through. Maybe their flight was canceled. By putting yourself in their shoes and responding with genuine care, you can completely turn a negative situation around. And how do you show that empathy over the phone? A huge part of it is your tone. I mean, just look at these numbers. A positive tone can result in 95% guest satisfaction. It's proof that it's not just what you say, it is absolutely how you say it. You want to know the secret that sets the best hospitality professionals apart? They anticipate needs. They don't just answer the question asked, they answer the next one too. A guest asks for directions, you also mention the best place to park. It's those thoughtful little extras that make a guest feel truly looked after. We've covered a lot of ground here, from mindset to practical knowledge. But the real magic happens when you bring all these pillars together, every day on every call. That is how you go from being ready to being truly exceptional. So let's just do a quick recap. It all starts with a service-focused mindset. You build on that with an organized workspace and deep knowledge. Then you deliver it all with empathy, a warm, professional tone, and by anticipating your guests' needs. That's really the formula for success. So I want to leave you with this one final thought. The next time that phone rings, ask yourself, how will I make this call exceptional? Because remember, you aren't just answering a phone. You're beginning a relationship. You are writing the first chapter of a guest's story. Go make it a great one.